Imagine you've just watched a roulette wheel land on black 6 times in a row. Most people immediately think red has to be next. It feels almost impossible that black could come up again. But here's the strange part. The wheel has absolutely no idea what just happened before. Every spin is completely independent. So why does our brain become so convinced that the opposite result is somehow due? Today, let's explore one of the most common mistakes we make when dealing with randomness, the gambler's fallacy. One of the hardest ideas to accept about probability is that random events don't keep score. We naturally think that because something has happened repeatedly, the opposite outcome becomes more likely. But randomness simply doesn't work like that. Each event begins from scratch. But why do we think like this? Why do our brains perceive this as expected to happen? Well, we as humans love patterns. We expect balance to occur as well, and we always confuse long-term averages with short-term outcomes. If I flip a coin 6 times and get heads, surely tails is next? But no, tails and heads always have a 50% chance of occurring. That just means the previous results have been due to chance. 50% for heads, 50% for tails. Take this roulette wheel for example. The last 10 spins have landed on black. Would you bet on red? Or would you bet on black again because it's coming up more frequently? Well, the gambler's fallacy is the concept that people think about when they say black has come up too many times, so red should be next, and would then bet on red. However, surely if black has come up 10 times in a row, it's got a higher chance of coming up again because it's landed 10 times in a row. Again, with this situation, both of them have equal chance of coming up because on a roulette wheel there are 18 red numbers and 18 black numbers. The odds haven't changed. The previous spins disappear the moment that the wheel stops. There are many other situations in real life where this appears, not just with gambling at a casino or flipping a coin. This appears in sports. For example, a striker who keeps scoring goal after goal after goal. Surely someone else in the team's going to score a goal. But again, we reach the dilemma where actually if someone or something is having more success, surely that thing is more likely to continue with that success. Take, for example, investing. If the stock market has been rising for years, it's due a crash. This is sometimes true and historically has been true, but not always the case. There have been years where the stock market has increased multiple times throughout a decade. Another example could be with relationships or the lottery. If someone hasn't had luck for a long time, they expect that they're due some sort of luck, or lucky numbers are supposed to magically turn up because they haven't previously. This is all not true. When it comes to the lottery and other chance-based games, every number has an equal chance of coming up. So, even if something hasn't come up before, there still isn't an expectation of it guaranteeing coming up in the future. So, as a final takeaway, we should, instead of asking what happened before, we should actually ask, does the previous outcome affect the next one? If the answer is no, ignore the streak? If the answer is yes, then there is something more complex happening that we need to explore further. In the next video, we're going to ask a different question. Even if the probability doesn't change, how do we know whether a decision is actually worth taking? That's where expected value comes in. I'll see you there.